The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 19-yard line.
On play action, they'll throw. He sets to fire deep. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll be taken down, but first he gets deep into Indianapolis territory. A big play that time for the Titans. The defense, they weren't fooled on that post route. They just couldn't make the play.
And the offense definitely tried to fool them because you saw the other route combinations, didn't you? Anything that they were running trying to draw attention away from the deep part of the field, but still had it covered, yet they were able to come up with a nice play.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. And his first carry, he loses the football. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
And to give this time to the tailback. And here he'll get it down to the 7. And give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football.
3rd and inches.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Titans are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point right down the middle. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Here's 2nd and 8. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Now back to throw. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. The Colts send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. So possession goes over here on the punt, and it'll be Titan football.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Second and 10. They'll set up a throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. They'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. His second catch, and this one not nearly as electrifying as his first. And it'll bring up 3rd down now. Well, this defense for the Colts, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
And while you can't actually see confidence rising in a unit, you feel like you can. And when you look at this team, you definitely think that it is, because anytime you can tell your offense, just get us a couple of touchdowns, we got this thing locked down, that's when you know you're playing well.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And this pass broken up. Well, the contact well-timed there, and now 4th down.
Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just 1 first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And, of course, this a critical game in regards to not just the division race, but playoff seeding as well. They are a game up, but a loss here could really muddy the waters.
And both of these teams want to clear things up about how they feel about each other and their standing in the league. Because these two teams, they've really been the cream of the crop in their division. So this game, it's been looming on both of their schedules.
On 2nd down now, it's Weaver. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
So, CD, you talk about this football team, some of the whispers and reports, the social media posts, they hint at a locker room that's splintered, badly splintered. There was talk earlier, some guys might walk away entirely, but that hasn't happened, however, at least to this point.
No, and sometimes some of that talk is just that, talk. I mean, guys often say, that's it, I'm out of here, and then they realize, I'm not ready to retire yet. What am I going to do now? And they're really ready to come back and dive back in. In fact, we've got guys who are wearing gold jackets in the Hall of Fame that talked about retirement the last 6-7 years of their careers. So that's not always real. And sometimes you just have to go ahead and ride it out. And this is an opportunity now for everyone in this locker room to move forward.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Fair catch called for and made, but now we'll have to see about the penalty. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Now they try the right side here. And he's got some space here. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And some room to work. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
These two teams met in Indy earlier in the year with the Colts coming out on top. So if they can find a way to win here in Indianapolis, they would take the season series 2-0.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now a handoff looking right. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on third down. They're going to look to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete.
And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And a Titans first down.
Seven, our score after one. 7-7. And now here's a carry heading left. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down at the Colts 14. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10.
And we tend to give those running backs that are slashers a lot of credit, but how about guys who are maulers? Because that's what you want in short yardage situations, and we just saw that occur right there, didn't we?
Vertical, downhill running. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Now they try the right side here. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Titans have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Made at the 25-yard line. The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Going to give this time to the tailback. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
3rd and 2.
They'll drop to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
Now a play fake here on first. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
Well, remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that can spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take-that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
4 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have to contend with a 3rd and 13.
A gain of 4 brings up 3rd and 13.
He'll drop to throw.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
I'll tell you what, these last couple of drives, much better from a defensive perspective. They gave up a touchdown on the opening drive, and then after forcing a punt on their last possession, it looks like they're going to get the football back again.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Titans will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. the play fake. He'll look to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter, 14-7. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. They'll look to throw here on first down. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
Well, from an offense's perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route, it's extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is because more and more, tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
63 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Here's 2nd and 9.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Third down.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. A great play there as the first half is winding down. And the Titans will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 21-7.
Titans 21, Colts 7.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive as they'll take over with just 13 seconds to go before the break. incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
These two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3, and it was the visiting Colts who won that first matchup. So they'll look for the season sweep here back home in Indy.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
This time they stay on the ground. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. So we reach halftime here with the visiting Titans taking the lead into intermission. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the third quarter gets underway. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Back to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
They run the counter now on first down. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
And to give this time to the tailback. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. Back to throw here. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
and both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
Trucks over him. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
106 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Right back to him on first down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Looking to throw. This is caught. And it's a Titans touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Titans take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
28, Colts 7.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
They go play action here on first down.
Oh, looking for Andrews downfield.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
The passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Now this throw caught left side, and he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 24-yard line.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Colts 7.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up second and goal.
56, the mark, boys. 56. Check 56. All day. 56. Mike, 56.
He'll look to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And the Titans are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. And now here's a carry heading left. Hard running at the 15. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21.
119 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Still 9 remaining on second down.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup. And now they've got a 3rd down and 8.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
On now is the Titans punter, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And it's fielded at the 34. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. 19 Lions. Mike's 56. Mike's 56. William. 56 to Mike, boys. 56.
They'll set up to throw.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked off near the 44. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Well, just another reason to celebrate there on the defensive side with the interception, and this is a game that they clearly have firmly in their grasp.
Yeah, a lot of handshakes, a lot of hugs, a lot of smiles. It's been their day.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
At the 36-yard line.
52 is the Mike right over there, right? 52 is the Mike. You got nothing to work. 70 Lions.
Now a handoff looking right. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
2nd and 5.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. So now the Titans are going to call upon their field goal unit here. This a 33-yard attempt. And this one is right through.
So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
Made at the 25-yard line. The Colts take over 1st and 10.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. He finds his man, complete. That's Weaver. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
It's a pickup of 6.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 13-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off inside the 5, past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. That one looks like he'll throw here. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And, oh, it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. And he'll be out of bounds. And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season, because right now, 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or two, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great play there. His 10th touchdown of the season, second of the game. And the Colts use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. They'll look to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to